Howdy, I am the painting guy. Today we're going to be batching a lot of miniatures. 2, to be exactly. But it's the techniques, the most bare-bone technique I use to paint all these and more miniatures. Just brushes, washes, and all the basic stuff to get these clean armies painted up with hundreds of miniatures. You're just going through them factory-like, batching. Let's get started. You want to start up with a base layer. If you got a whole army, get a spray can with a color. These Montana cans cost like $5 each. You can spray it all over your army, and within 50 minutes you got the whole army base painted, and you can start with the second step. If you don't got a can, just use your regular acrylic color and a big brush, just like this. Easy base paint. You don't want to mess around with little things. When you are painting 20 miniatures at a time, you don't have to worry about drying times, because let's be honest, when you're finished with the last one, first one will be already dry. So that's the big advantage of painting in 20s, and you can really hone into each step and go factory-wise and don't need to change the way you do and think. For example, just do one claw, paint it 20 times and you will be much faster. First step already done. I'll have to do some drying because I don't paint 20 miniatures at a time. The second step is also really easy. Before you mess around with anything else, just hit it with a wash. It will give you base definition and will save you so much time later on. Now that you got these first two steps, you can begin with the fun parts. Dry brushing or layering. Dry brushing is faster. You take your brush, wipe it off, make it dry, rub it all over there, paint on the exposed areas really fast. But layering will give you more brush control to get you the paint where you want to get it. It will train you for your characters and will make you so much faster. Look at these miniatures, all of them layered. So much training, so much brush control added. It doesn't even need to look that great if you just got one of them, but when you got 20 or 30 of them, it will look good. Just put in the 20% of effort and make it effective. Don't try to be too efficient on everything you do. Just put a little bit of thought, a little bit of time in it and move on. You got a lot of miniatures to paint, so you want to be fast. Also, you want to stay relaxed, because when you paint in an evening, have a nice time, the last thing you want is to be stressed out about what you're painting. Bit of here, bit of here. Doesn't need to be too clean. Already done with the first pass on this one. I got a secret for you that will keep you motivated. When you got 20 miniatures, it looks like a lot. It looks really overwhelming. When you don't think about painting everything and just this one part, like only the skin for every miniature, and you do this, it will seem much easier. Let's say you want to achieve the skin on 20 miniatures in an evening. When you paint one miniature, just the skin, you will be already 5% there. Then the second one, you're at 10%. Third one, 15%. And sooner when you think, you will be already half done. And when you're done, you can just decide to go another round. Just setting smaller milestones will make you so much more happier when painting. And isn't it all about that? Being happy while doing what you want? And let's do a quick second pass while we're at it. Only trying to build up. Fixing mistakes can come later. For small mistakes you can just ignore. And big mistakes, what I do when I have 20 miniatures there, I don't fix them immediately. I just collect the finished ones in 2 buckets. One with ones that got flawlessly, and one with big mistakes. I'll do batch fixing on those mistakes. Fixing every single one of them immediately after you do the mistakes isn't really useful. When you know you do a lot of mistakes, just keep them together and fix them in one go. Don't split it up, it takes way too much time. And I think I'm done here. Let's get some details blocked in. Silver first, then I will do the claws, cloth, hair, just blocking them in, and then I will do something to pull it together. It's not about making no mistakes, but making the mistakes that people won't notice. Even if you look at top artists, the paint is rough. They don't have nearly as much detail as you think when you look at it a long time. But because they know what people look at, they know where people look, they can get away with it. Because people don't immediately notice. And this means it's a good painting. You just need to sell an illusion. You don't need to be actually flawless. For hair and claws, I'm going to go extra cheeky. Now comes the complete move of laziness. I don't even care about establishing another base coat for these claws. I just use the same base coat from earlier and a different highlight. Creating texture is actually something you want, because texture is seen as something that adds, and that's good. And when you have texture, people won't notice the mistakes because people think that it's just more texture that you wanted to add. And what you didn't think was that I will continue this laziness. I will take blue and use it as the hair color. That gets up some pop and look. And I don't have to worry about base painting. When you make a mistake, just boop your finger over it. We'll fix most of it. Highlight round. Quick one. Won't take long. Blue. Bum, 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 bum. Back. Bum, 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 bum. Really factory working. Next one. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Because you already got the first color down, the highlights are way faster. You don't need to search, you just need to take the points you already painted and add to them. Wait a second and my real-time highlight is done. So. Metals often need just one pass of a wash and they look great. Without it, they look kind of janky. With it, totally awesome. On the eyes, I got another cheeky one for you. First, to define the thing around the eyes, just dip a bit of wash there. Look how much definition it brings. Practically free. Then you got two options. One is to take such a pen, go on the eye and make a dot to get dark eyes. I got this one from Squidma Miniatures. He said it in one of his videos. Such a good trick. When you got 30 minis there, you just dot. You don't have to worry about failing. Another one that I really like is to get some hot pink. Do a little dot in each eye. It will draw the attention, give you pop. The most important thing is to stay relaxed and only put in the effort that you actually want to put in. You could do your bases beforehand. With those I didn't. I just got myself some Just mix myself some base mixes and put them on the end. Not the most ideal thing, but something I regularly do. Keeping your bases uniform makes the whole thing even work. You know, if your bases are all over the place, no one will think it's a good Korean army. Take a look. Just a transformation from this to when the base is done. When you take one, it's not that amazing. When you add a second one, suddenly it's much better. When you start to add like 20 of those and got them on the battlefield, you won't see the single one. It's just a blob. That's why I keep my bases grey so they meld into each other. Who cares about the single mistake? You won't see it. We will just see the average of the things you've done. When you have a great time, you put a bit more of average into each of these. It will make a big difference. This was a relaxed one with my new studio. I'm trying to get my art a bit differently. If you enjoyed it, give this channel a like, subscribe and watch this video. It's a great one. I only do great videos.